Keith Thurman, thank you for joining us on the Morning Punch-In Show on Hotline Bling.
Thanks for having me.
Look, last time we spoke,
How you doing?
Good. We're doing real good. Last time we spoke with you, we had a ball. You were like, no filter, no preservatives. We had one time at his best time, and we appreciate that.
All good, all good.
All right, so look, from the last time we spoke to you, we have to know, has there been any improvements on your piano playing? Because it was a little shaky last time we spoke.
Nah, ain't nobody got time for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's difficult, man. It's a challenge. It's like picking up a second language or something. It's music, It's really just a hobby, man. I can care less if I ever get good. I sound great to me every day, every note, every second. You know what I mean? I play for myself. I love myself to the depth of myself. So, I just love music, man. It just lets me be a kid, man, no matter what I'm doing, So I just enjoy it.
I like how you said that. You said it with your chest. Well, let me move on and get the elephant out of the room about the fender bender in a Mustang. I thought we were all green everything, Keith. Well, I thought we were all green everything. Why are we in a Mustang?
First off, gas is real cheap right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, and I got to admit, I've always enjoyed driving manuals. So, your boy gets some money and he has to ask himself, what does he really want to buy? And I'd like not to spend 100 racks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, honestly, I did tons of research, man. I'm not gonna, spend a lot of time talking about it. But at the end of the day, the car that I bought, the Shelby GT 350, is, it's all American muscle, man. And I just felt like nothing else represents me better than this car. It's a pure athlete. It revs to 8,200 RPMs before you need to shift gears. It was built for the racetracks, not just to go in a straight line. So, I just fell in love with the stats of this car. They're not making a whole bunch of them because it's a Shelby. I just really wanted it, man. I love muscle cars. I love going green. I love the future, but I just wanted to have some fun. I wanted to get it out of the way. I wanted to do it now. I didn't want to fall back in my 50s and 60s and buy a Corvette like everybody else. I want to get this now. I want to do it now. I actually had plans to go to Sebring Raceway here in Florida. The problem was I scheduled it for the same weekend of the Guerrero fight, and I ended up having to cover that. So I had to cancel those plans. And I think that's what kind of led up to the accident a little bit, was because I was still eager to drive my car around town instead of, getting that a little bit out of my system and, just relaxing and getting back into camp. I was trying to, I honestly, man, the accident had nothing to do with really playing around. The accident was just a accident on a rainy day, man. But,
right.
But, hey, shit happens in life.
It does.
Everybody we talk to, everyone we talk to, at the end of the day, God has a plan, and it looks like it's working out for the better, man. We got a new, beautiful venue. We got, same great network. Nothing has changed. I'm not changing fighters on you. I'm not saying, I need to recover and I want to fight somebody else like Chris Algieri or, I need a warm-up. I need a tune-up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking that mess. You know what I'm saying? I want to make the fight happen. I want to make the fight happen that you guys want to see.
Let me tell you, we're all happiest in Brooklyn because we get to go to the fight now. So, like you said, it's a blessing in disguise.
Well, exactly. But I'm happy to hear you say that about the Mustang because I was ready to turn the Versa in. I was going to turn the Nissan in and get me one of those little whips like Fred Flintstone had, and I was going to start it with my feet, because I was trying to be all green everything with you. So, you weren't playing the flip. You weren't playing
in that box car.
Yeah.
I was going to get it.
You get in that little smart car.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like a Lego
I was
piece.
about to go. It looked like it's something for my daughter, but I was ready to turn the Versa in. You weren't playing the flute when you banged out in the Mustang, did you?
No, I saw that little thing they did on the internet. I saw they put me in a convertible with a flute hanging out. I wasn't playing no music. I was actually driving to the gym. I was on my way to the gym. You know, when I really think about the accident, you know, sometimes it hits you where you have to reflect and you have to say, man, you know, I really am grateful. You know, it's never great to be in an accident, but I'm grateful that the accident occurred, exactly when it occurred, how it occurred, because I was only traveling 35 miles per hour, and I was getting ready to go on the highway that day. So if my tires would have got slick on the highway traveling at, you know, 55 miles per hour, you know, I could be in a worse situation. So I'm very grateful for my situation.
I know that's right. So, look, all jokes aside, we want to get some camp updates from you because we're happy that the fight's been rescheduled. It's in Brooklyn. You're still fighting Shawn Porter. Have you tested out your neck in any sparring as of today?
As of today, not with sparring. We got about one more week. You know, I'm just listening to my doctors told me ahead of time that when you get back in camp, the last thing you're going to be doing is sparring. So it just is what it is. You know, everything's on schedule. You know, what matters is that it holds up right, and it feels strong. We're doing strengthening exercises. I'm still seeing my chiropractor once to twice a week, and you know, the progression is great. I haven't taken a blow yet, but you know, when the accident occurred and I had to go back to driving in the Prius, I was driving in the Prius, and you know, you got to look in your mirrors and everything, and that stuff used to hurt. You know, it was actually a struggle at the time. So, you know, I know how far we have gone, but you know, boxing and taking blows to the head, you know, especially, you know, you can be moving away from the punch, you can be moving into the punch. So, you know, I that's why I just respect my doctors, and I'm going to go when they give me the green light.
We saw you in New York, and you were mentioning that you were actually a little depressed when this happened. You've been sitting home eating pizza, and I was like, man, Keith does look a little husky out there.
Yeah, man, no lie. You know I don't lie. I don't got to lie for me. I say what it is, man. You know, it was depressing. You know, I didn't enjoy, you know, starting the year off the way that we wanted to start it off. I just had to listen to my team, listen to my doctors, listen to Al, and, you know, just wrap my head around that, you know, we just got to hit the reset button, do everything that the doctors want you to do. And I was telling everybody at the time that I went from training camp to recovery camp, and then we're going to go right back into training camp. And that's exactly what we did. So, you know, it's good to have a team like I have.
So let's talk about your recovery a little bit, because you seem the type that you would probably do like some natural stuff, like acupuncture and things like that. So what have you been doing in recovery?
Acupuncture, chiropractic. Yeah, I love the needles.
Be careful.
Yeah, you gotta love them, man. You gotta love them. They're so small, it's ridiculous. You know, sometimes you don't even feel them going in. And then the therapeutic feeling afterwards, you know, I really enjoy it. So I've been doing acupuncture for 4 or 5 years now.
What injuries?
We did some hyperbaric therapy, and when my neck was really stiff, we were doing this stuff called Grafton. It has to do with your muscles, and it's a scraping technique. It's something that my doctors know about, you know, and it helped tremendously. So I'm happy about that.
Good. What were the medical terms of your injuries? Was it whiplash, or was it more than that? Did you have any tears or anything more severe than just whiplash?
So yeah, I had 2 doctors. I went and saw 2 doctors. I was advised to do such a thing, you know, get more than one assessment of what was going on. And, you know, the first doctor said it's a typical case of whiplash. And I'm like, okay, when can I recover? And I didn't really get too much of a clear answer. And then my second doctor broke it down more and said that I have micro tears along the tendons that run along my spine.
Jesus.
So he was explaining how, micro tears occur, from traumas, from, improper training techniques, all sorts of different reasons. It happens to, tendons, ligaments and muscle fibers. He said, it happens a lot in muscle fibers, and muscle fibers it heals quite easily, but in tendons it takes a little bit more time. So he's the one that gave me the time limit, and that is why we knew that we were going to have to pull out of the fight. And he even told me that day, you can't jump rope. How am I going to fight? I can't jump rope. You know what I mean? I couldn't train for the fight. So that's why we had to do what we needed to do, and we went right. I took it very seriously. We went right into recovery camp, just so that we can be right back and get this ball rolling, man. I'm young, I'm hungry. I'm trying to make a statement this year, and Shawn Porter's the first on my list.
You are a young and hungry fighter, and you've welcomed all comers during your career. There was so much heat from the media and the fans believing you faked the accident, that there was something not legitimate about it. What was your reaction to all of that?
Oh, that's basic, man. I mean, you're always going to get that. People wonder why things happen. There's been the talk in boxing history that there's been times where fighters camps have created injuries. Real inside people know that, but that's just historical. Accidents do happen. Injuries do really happen. Around the time I was talking to somebody, they were telling me how many other fighters within, 6 months had similar things where they couldn't fight because of injuries in training camp and things like that. Sometimes it's hand, shoulder, this, that. And, sometimes fighters will push through and make the fight happen. Fighters do fight when they're not 100%. The problem is we couldn't risk it because we're talking about our neck,
Right.
And I already put my neck on the line, but just not in the sense to where it's already injured and I'm sticking it out there. So, say what you want to say, do what you want to do. I'm Keith's one-time Thurman, champion of the world, WBA,
Yes,
26-0, 22 knockouts. None of that is changing. This fight is still going down. And let's see what all those people want to say after the fight happens, man. Because I love the fans, but I say everybody has short-term memories, man. So,
Right.
Negative is negative until you give them something positive. And we got something very positive to look forward to, the 25th, Barclays, CBS, tune in, get your tickets, do what you got to do, baby.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of people saying what they want to say, we saw you pull up on Kenny in New York for not putting any respect on your name.
Put some respect on the name. Yeah, man. It's funny, because sometimes I like it. You guys know that. Sometimes I like it. I'm about it. You want to talk? I'm about it. Because I'm a fight. And I'll talk the talk and walk the walk. You know what I'm saying? Or at least I'll do my best so that I can do that. And it's just a funny little team that they got with the Porters. Daddy running his mouth, and his son is pretty much a saint. You know what I'm saying? So, or a mute, one or the other. I don't know which one he is. I mean, he's got a few comments. You know what I mean? But his comments are like, they're short. They're short. He ain't got nothing to say. I know my boy Sean's gonna give it his all, man. I know he's gonna hop in and throw his punches, combinations, try to work me on the inside, and do whatever else his daddy tells him to do. Okay, that's what he's gonna do. So it is what it is, man. I'm looking forward to a good fight.
Stop. Put some respect on my name. You understand me?
So they were doing a full week of media in New York. Sean sparring with Charlamagne. Are you going to do something similar?
Nope. You know what I mean? This boy's been training for almost a year for this fight, man. So, they probably feel good. They probably feel good and comfortable to go ahead and fly around town, do whatever they want to do. And you know, they probably saying they're ready this week, next week, whatever. You know, I had an injury, man. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, what I normally do. I'm putting in that hard 8-week training camp, 2-a-days. You know, overtime if I have to. So it is what it is.
Did you watch him spar with Charlamagne? Somebody told me Charlamagne was walking him down.
Nah, you know, I mean, no disrespect, I don't really know the dude that well. And, you know, I mean, if he's from New York, that's, you know, does he have a boxing history? You know, he could. I don't know his history. You know, if not, then what'd he do? You know what I'm saying? Go, you know, I mean, promotion, cool, bro. You know, do whatever you want to do, you know. But, I mean, that sparring partner, the other sparring partners, any sparring partner ain't going to be Keith Thurman, man. So I ain't worried about nothing. You know,
all right.
They can spar him for the whole camp. I hope they do. They should spar him every week.
All right, listen, before we let you go, the very last thing is we want to ask you, have you picked out your ring walk music yet? Because we have a couple ideas for you, Keith.
Oh, I kind of have, but I'm going to listen. What's up?
Okay, all right. So, look.
Let's see if we're on the same page.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. So hear me out. You're going to be in New York. You're going to be in Brooklyn, right? And you want to get the crowd hyped. You want everybody on your back. So we have 3 songs here that we picked out. We're going to play a few seconds of each song for you to see if you're feeling it, okay?
All right.
All right, so Jeandra, go ahead and play the first song.
All I do is win, no matter what.
That's one.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good one.
Okay, let's go to the second one, Jay. Annie up.
Yep.
And then the last and the final one that we think would be perfect. Go ahead, Jay. Play the last one.
From my peoples in the street. And this thing right here. Stop. Drop. Come on. Shut them down. Open up shop. Oh, no. That's a rough rider's go.
What you think? What you think, Keith?
Oh man, you know, I like your song selection. You know, if I was to do a walkout, I might just my style a little bit. I probably would do number 1 over the other 2, though. Some of them, you know, the beats and everything, throwbacks. You know, a little bit more for the New Yorkers, man. But you know, when I come in town, man, I'm gonna represent me, man. And as a fighter, I always gotta choose something sentimental to myself, you know. And there's been a few times where I was unable to pick the ring music or the walk music, but as long as I have a choice, man, I like that new joint. What's the dude? Kevin Ross, Be Great, that Wanna Be Great.
Oh yeah.
You know. Yeah, you know, I like that a lot, man. You know, I've been working 20 years grinding, you know, and that's all I really want to do, man, is I want to be great. I want to, you know, I want to be a legend in the sport, you know, especially the welterweight division, all the history we have at 147. You know, I just want to be a part of that, man. And I grew up as a young kid, man, knowing that I'm going to strive for this one day. So that now that we're finally here and we're at the top, man, I like that song to be a message to everybody out there in America, man, that wants something for themselves, man. Don't let anybody tell you what you can or cannot achieve.
Well, we approve of that song. We didn't think of that one, but I think that would be great too. So listen, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for the camp updates. We wish you all the best on June 25th. Can we get one time for the final time on this call? Any last words?
All I got to say, man, is tune in. Thank you so much for having me. You know, thank you for your love and support, man.
All right. Keith One Time Thurman. Talk to you soon, buddy.
Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.